This video's topic has been chosen by Tipper Benjamin. Thanks for your support. Hello everybody, this is Harmonia and today we will talk about a very interesting topic, being how Saint Mark the Evangelist became the patron saint of Venice. Have you ever wondered why Venice is usually associated with the image of a winged lion ordering coins, flags or statues? Well, this lion is known as the Lion of Saint Mark, or Marcian Lion, and it stands as a symbol of the saint since the Book of Revelation, where the four evangelists are represented by four different beings: an angel representing Saint Matthew, a winged bull for Saint Luke, an eagle for Saint John, and, as we said, a winged lion for Saint Mark. So, in short, since Venice's patron saint is Mark the Evangelist, it is pretty logical that the city would want to represent and honor him by adopting his main symbol as its own. The interesting part of all of this is that Saint Mark was not the patron saint of the city of Venice up until the 9th century. Instead, the locally venerated saint was Saint Theodore of Heraclea, who in actuality was simply an alternate version of Saint Theodore of Amasea, the main difference among the two being the place and method of their execution. So, how come Saint Mark managed to supplant Saint Theodore to the point of his name being used sometimes in historiography as a synonym to the government of the Venetian Republic? To understand all of this, we need to take a step back and start a story during the reign of Justinian I. The year is 553 AD, and the Roman Empire just concluded a long 20 years war against the Ostrogothic kingdom, taking back from it the entirety of the Italian peninsula. In the same year, the Second Council of Constantinople took place, held by Justinian I to ease tensions between Diophysite and Monophysite, sometimes known as Miaphysite, Christians. These two groups disagreed on Christology, which is the branch of Christian theology that tries to describe the person of Jesus Christ. This video is not about theology, so I won't explain the difference in detail. There are plenty of videos that already do that better on the platform. But to trim it down, Monophysites believe that Christ is a single person, or in Greek hypostasis, possessing one single, fully divine and fully human nature, hence the term monophysitism. While the Diophysite believe that Christ is a single person possessing two natures, one fully divine and one fully human. The issue was that the Monophysites accused the Diophysites of Nestorianism, a Christological heresy that stated that Christ was one person and God the Son another one, the former fully human while the latter fully divine, with both persons living in Jesus, never mixing together. To fix this issue, the emperor decided to further condemn Nestorianism during the council, using the hatred that both parties had for the heresy as leverage to unite them. Thus, one of the matters discussed in the council was the three chapters. The three chapters were three writings by three different bishops that were against the orthodoxy of the church, supporting each to various degrees similar Nestorian views. The problem was that all three of these bishops died while in communion with the church, so they technically could not be condemned as heretics anymore. This made the Pope reluctant in ratifying the condemnation done at the council, but in the end, after numerous changes of mind, and under the pressure of Justinian, he ceded to the demands of the emperor. Upon hearing this, some bishops under the jurisdiction of Rome condemned the actions of the emperor at the council and also the servile attitude of Pope Vigilius, with the archbishops of Milan and Aquileia excommunicating him and starting what is known as the Schism of the Three Chapters. Aquileia, however, went one step further than this. Using the justification of its bishops being first appointed by the evangelist Mark on order of Saint Peter, Aquileia elevated itself in 557 AD from archbishopric to patriarchate, with its first patriarch being Paulinus I. A decade later, the Lombard invasion of Italy happened, and alongside a good chunk of the peninsula, both Milan and Aquileia were conquered, leading their ecclesiastical leaders to take refuge in Genoa and Grado respectively. After this, the Archbishop of Milan would finally return in communion with Rome and the other patriarchates, but that did not happen with the Church of Aquileia, which continued the schism until 607 AD, year in which a non-schismatic patriarch was appointed by the empire. This, however, was not the end of the schism, since, as an answer to that, the Lombard kingdom elected its own patriarch of Aquileia, leading to the existence of two patriarchs with the same title for an entire century. In 699 AD, at the Council of Pavia, the schismatic patriarchate finally returned in communion with the rest of the church. But now the problem was determining who among the two patriarchs, the one in Grado or the one in Aquileia, was the legitimate one. The controversy ended only in 731 AD, when Grado was ecclesiastically separated from Aquileia and was made a patriarchate of its own. Now, after this never-ending background, it is finally time to speak about Venice. Now the year is 827 AD, and a synod was being held among Italian bishops at Mantova to settle yet another dispute between the patriarchates of Grado and Aquileia. This time, the problem revolved around who among the two had under its jurisdiction the city of Venice and its surroundings. Problem that arose after the Frankish conquest of the Lombard kingdom and the further loss of Byzantine territory in northeastern Italy. The territory under the control of Venice should have been under the Patriarchate of Grado, but due to Frankish concessions given to Aquileia, that was not the case anymore. Even if not conquered, Venice and its surroundings were already being claimed by Aquileia as part of its jurisdiction, a claim that became an actual concession from the Synod of Mantova. This displeased Giustiniano Partecipazio, at the time Doge of Venice, since he feared that, due to Aquileia's allegiance to the Franks, Venice could start orbiting too much in the Frankish sphere of influence. To prevent joining in any type of way the Frankish Empire and also preventing any loss of autonomy, which was vital until now for the lagunar city, the Doge decided to play on religious importance. Sure, Aquileia's church might trace its origin to Saint Mark, and Grado can claim to possess the saint's cathedra, gifted in 630 by Emperor Heraclius, but neither of the two actually had a relic from the evangelist whose body was resting in Alexandria. And so, in 828 AD, the Doge sent two merchants, Rustico da Torcello and Buono da Malamocco, to Alexandria. Once there, the two merchants waited for the perfect occasion to strike, which came in the form of, based on the version of the story, either a severe storm or a ship being severely damaged at the port. This created the perfect diversion for the two Venetians to enter Saint Mark's resting place, steal his body, substitute it with another saint that was found there, and then hide it. And now you may ask, where could two Christians hide the body of a very revered saint and evangelist? Well, to avoid controls from the Muslim guards, where else to hide the body if not under a pile of pork meat? This, surprisingly, worked. And due to the reluctance of the Muslim guards to check the pork meat at the port, the two merchants managed to smuggle the saint's body back to Venice. As soon as they arrived, the wife of the Doge ordered the edification of a church dedicated to Saint Mark, the same church that would become the still existing Basilica of Saint Mark and that would replace the chapel of Saint Theodore, who, as we said in the beginning, was the first patron saint of Venice. Thanks to this, Venice became of such religious importance in the northeast of Italy, if not all the Christian world, that it likely surpassed in popularity and relevance both Aquileia and Grado. And so with time, Saint Mark started being associated with the city and the Republic of Venice, with the Martian lion appearing on the coins of the Serenissima and on its flags. To add salt on the wound, in 1105 the Patriarch of Grado willingly moved his seat alongside St. Mark Cathedra from Grado to Venice, and in 1451 the Patriarchate of Grado would be remodeled into the Patriarchate of Venice, while in 1445 the Pope would give most of the jurisdiction of the Patriarchate of Aquileia to the Merchant Republic. In Italian there is a saying, fra I due litiganti il terzo gode, meaning between the two arguing people the third one prospers, and I think that there is no better description for this story. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider subscribing and leaving a like, under some pork meat, so we can safely pass through the port of Alexandria and bring back to Venice the relics of Algorithm Boost. Special thanks to all of my tippers who sponsored today's video. This was Harmonia Link, and I hope to see you next time.